Hey, it's Greg with Residential Investor Network, and I'm so excited to be with you today. We have on the call with us Philip Holiday from the Central Florida area. How you doing today, Philip?
I'm doing good. How you been, Greg? Good to see you
Good,
here.
good. Yeah,
Well,
glad to catch you. I know the market's been crazy hot lately, and so many investors are really flocking to not only the real estate business, but also to Central Florida. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that because you're working with investors from not only locally, but nationwide and even international that are looking to acquire some of these long-term rentals right here in the Central Florida area. So before we jump into that, tell me a little bit about your market. Where all do you serve?
I settled on the Central Florida area. I used to be in Las Vegas, so I've been in both like entertainment capitals of the world, and we get a lot of investors coming over here, and obviously, we got the major theme parks and everything. So yeah, the Central Florida, Orlando area, like Ocala, Claremont. I've even been there on Vero Beach and everything. So even as far as Tampa, as I could say, we cover like a wide area, and we trying to encourage like a lot of investors to come to Florida.
Yeah, and it is such a great time to do just that. We've got a lot of investors that are getting out of more of the what I would call risky investments, stock market and that type of thing, because we all know wealthy investors usually get into real estate and they pull that monthly cash flow. The advantage here is you have a dream team together where it's all done in a passive way. So the investor's not buying a job for themselves. I think that's a big benefit. I put together some slides I think everyone will find incredibly helpful here. Philip, with your permission, I'd like to show them a little bit of our secret sauce.
Yes, go for it, mate. Check it out.
All right. So, if you're considering investing in real estate, this is going to show you a great opportunity for number one, a really good ROI, but more importantly, completely passive. You don't have to do any work on your own behalf. So, let's go ahead and dive right in here. Okay, so you should see my slides here, and we're going to talk a little bit about really the truth about why so many wealthy people put money into real estate. Now, best of all, we're going to talk specifically about how they're doing this in a completely passive way, which means you can own homes outright in this area without any worries of management or taking up any of your time or creating another job for yourself. You already know that wealthy individuals always weigh their decisions against risk, right? So when you can get a great annual return and there's little to no risk, it's such a great opportunity to investigate and consider that opportunity. That's certainly the case with owning rental real estate. And we've never really found anything better than owning residential rental properties, particularly when you can do it without creating any work for yourself at all. I mean, virtually no work on your part. So let's talk a little bit about that. So, frankly speaking, when you think about the fact that half the people in America own a home and the other half rents, of course, you know those rentals are owned by someone. There's someone earning a passive income from owning those properties and renting them out to the tenants who have to pay rent every single month, year after year, in order to have a place to live. Now, you know how volatile other investments can be as well. And frankly, they could even go to zero. If you look at the stock market or anything like that, if you own stock in a business or you're subjected to economic changes and that sort of thing, of course, that increases your risk. But people will always need a place to live. And think about this, as long as you've been alive, have you ever heard of rent prices going down? Of course not. There's pretty much standard rent increases year after year. Heck, since the pandemic, rent prices have went up over 30%. Now, great properties in great areas attract great tenants and they provide great cash flow on a consistent basis. That's why we don't do the cheap stuff or the less desirable properties. I've always said the bait you put out will attract the type of fish that you want to catch. So, let me tell you a little bit about what we've been doing here for our wealthy clientele. I think you're going to find this very interesting. There are investors from all over the US that are acquiring a small portfolio of homes right here in this area. Some may want to get just one property or possibly two, while others are more interested in acquiring a dozen homes or more to get outstanding cash flow numbers. But the key here is that it's 100% passive investments because we handle virtually everything. We have what we call our dream team here, where we handle absolutely everything. As a licensed real estate agent, We find the absolute best properties and ensure the terms make sense. And it's a great rental area and it's one of the best opportunities out there. After we've done all of the due diligence, we create a full profit package, which we share with all of our members. And whichever investor is fast enough to be the first one to get the info back can secure that property for themselves. Now, I'm sure you know that many of the best properties are sold long before they ever hit the open market. You're not going to find them online. And we get exclusive access to the largest number of those homes right here in this area. Of course, the home would be 100% in their own name or their LLC. So this isn't any type of partnership or anything like that. You own it, it's 100% yours. It's just a home that you own, whether it be in your personal name or in your LLC. And we get it to the closing table, then we hand it off to a one of our preferred property managers here, and that team handles everything for you. They screen for the best tenants, they collect the rents, they handle any repairs as they come up. They essentially do everything, and the money simply shows up for you. That's a passive real estate approach, and that's why so many wealthy individuals take this route. It's truly a hands-off approach for you. And fortunately, this happens to be a great area for you to invest in, regardless of where you live. We work with people right here in this area that might live anywhere in the US or even internationally. As we've told everyone, the last thing you'd ever want to do is try to invest in homes in your own area, because then you're creating a job for yourself. You're driving by the property, you're worrying about things. Just let a manager handle it for you and invest in areas that are best throughout the country. Now, I'll tell you, we do have a very specific approach that we utilize with the type of properties we'll advise our members to buy. And we can talk a little bit more about that on the phone, but this adds to the assurance that you're going to get a great annual return on the property year after year. And frankly speaking, that's why investors don't really worry too much about the sales market going up or going down or economic changes and that sort of thing, because this is a rent collecting asset that goes on regardless of those situations. And it's unlikely over the next decade that you'd want to sell that property or get rid of something that's making you a profit every single year. So the real estate current value or the market itself doesn't really matter so much, because what we're doing is we're acquiring a rent gathering asset. Every single month, you're going to get rents regardless if home values go up, go down, stay the same, we get into a recession, anything that happens, it's going to produce profit for us here. So as we always say, the rents just keep going up. And the great news is that we have a dream team of affiliated businesses in place here to handle virtually everything for our investor members. I mean, this is what we do. So everything from a new investor that wants an attorney or an accountant to the folks that have invested in homes that need a property manager or a rental property insurance agent, and even lenders that can show you how to leverage your portfolio for maximum profit. We have absolutely everything already set up for you. You don't have to worry about trying to find a good team. We handle everything. And let's talk about that for a moment. We only work with investors that are members with us. Now, don't worry, it's totally free. There's no catch or anything, but we want to ensure that all of our members are well vetted and understand exactly how we work, what type of properties we recommend, and how you're going to make your money. Those that have their own ideas aren't going to get access to these properties, because we want to do everything we can to ensure every single investor does very well following our approach. So we ask that you do follow that, not that you have your own ideas on how you want to do things. We get some very exclusive properties and we get opportunities at those, and they're only shown to our investor members. Nobody else will ever even know that they're available. They never get listed publicly. We go out and specifically market to motivated property owners that may need to sell immediately, so that speed of sale is more important to them than the price of sale, right? So it might be a divorce or a probate situation or a pre-foreclosure home. But most importantly, we want to make sure it's the right type of home in the right area with the right numbers. And this is what we do all day. This is our business. Those properties that are vetted out will then have a complete analysis put together, and then that is sent to our members for consideration if they happen to be interested in acquiring another home at that point. That's what we call the profit package. Well, once we've done all of that, we've put everything together, we essentially send it out to all of our members at exactly the same time. Now, you might be wondering, how do we get paid if we're not charging a membership fee or anything like that? Well, we're licensed real estate agents here. So we get paid the normal sales commission that the home sellers are paying. That means you don't have to worry about paying us a fee or even a monthly fee to find properties or anything like that. They're selling the home to our investors and they pay us a typical real estate commission. Now, keep in mind, when we hand that over to a property manager, the property manager charges you a small fee each month, but they handle everything for you. So, how do we get membership access? I know that's the big question. It's a pretty simple process here. We just start with a phone call together. I'm sure you'd like to at least investigate the opportunity here. So, we'd simply set up a phone call or even a Zoom meeting so you can learn a little bit about how this works and how we can talk about getting access to the best properties and maybe even creating a small portfolio for yourself, getting 1, 2, 3 properties, maybe even more, but bringing in that cash flow on a consistent basis. We'll talk about how these properties work within our system, and you can get your own questions answered as well. So we can show you how investors can earn some great passive income on an annual basis here. Now, if that does feel like a good fit, we'll simply add you to the list to receive the profit packages with all the details on properties as they become available. There's no cost, there's no obligation or anything like that. So essentially, you get totally free access to at least consider some properties with all the facts in front of you. And best of all, you'll never need to do any work on your own. It's all done remotely by our professional team here. So you get your monthly statement, you get your monthly check. That's how it works. We generally find that the initial phone consultation takes, 15 minutes or so, maybe 20 minutes, just to tell you a little bit about how we operate here, ensure you get all of your questions answered before we add you to the membership for access to the team, as well as all of the investment properties. And I think when you start to see a few of these, you're really going to be excited about this. So a lot of times we'll have a new investor member that just wants to take a look at a sample profit package, right? Send me one. I want to take a look at it. I want to see what I'm looking at here. So that way they can see a little bit about how we work and what to expect. We can do that too. If you just give us a quick call or a text here, we can simply send you a sample profit package so you can get a general idea of what this looks like. But again, I think it's a really, really good opportunity to put some money into the real estate market. You own it yourself 100%. You can do whatever you want with it. But obviously, it makes sense to utilize our dream team here to start bringing in consistent cash flow and never create a job for yourself. They handle everything. This is what we do for investors. And frankly, we do the same thing all over the country. This is a very unique area here because the numbers really make sense. So I would encourage you to have a quick phone call with us here, maybe even get a sample profit package. And it's really going to make a difference on how you look at investing in real estate and building wealth in a totally passive manner. So with that, let me turn our cameras back on here. All right. So as you can see, that's a very specific approach to investing in real estate and doing so in a completely passive manner. Central Florida is a great market to do just that. And if we can get you qualified as an investor, we generally work with cash investors that are looking to get a huge return monthly. This is going to be an opportunity to do so. It starts with a free phone consultation. You'll see the phone numbers listed below right here. When you reach out to us, you'll actually speak with Philip personally, and we can talk about your family's goals, your investing goals, what type of monthly cash flow you're looking to receive, and we'll get all your questions answered as well. Philip, tell us a little bit about this phone call. What should they expect if they give you a call here to investigate the opportunities here?
Yeah, great. I think Greg covered most of everything we need to go through. I look forward to getting a call from you and seeing if you are the right fit for this program. I appreciate you, Greg, for help with this thing. And like I said, you give me a call. You can call me at 702-525-7655. That's 525-7655. Or you can actually email me at doc@philholiday-realtor.com. That's doc@philholiday-realtor.com. And I look forward to hearing from you for a phone call. Like I say, it's free, no obligation, like a phone call. Like I say, we're secured by real estate and managed by state licensed professionals. And we can put this team together to make it a hands-free, like investment opportunity for you. So I look forward to your call, and I'll hand you back to Greg.
Yeah, it's a very good opportunity. And I think it's so wise to at least get qualified as a member so that you can start receiving some of those profit packages. When you can see what that looks like and how well we've done our research, we've broken down that property to make sure that it makes sense for you. Just taking a look at a one-page sheet will give you all the details and you can make a very quick decision. So get on the call right now. Grab your phone while you're watching this video. Call the number you see below and let's get you qualified as a member so you can start receiving some of these properties here. I think you'll find it to be very helpful and you'll get some great monthly cash flow too. Phil, I know you're crazy busy in today's market. I appreciate you taking some time with us today.
Hey, thanks, Greg. Thanks for explaining everything to the investors and everything. Look forward to doing business with them. Looking forward to that call. 702-525-7655. Thanks a lot. Bye.
You got it. And again, numbers listed below here. Give us a call right now. I think you'll find it to be very helpful. Thanks so much for watching. We've helped countless investors around the country and abroad. Central Florida is where you want to go. This is going to help you tremendously. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.